Hi, everybody. It's Christy from Hidden Compass Travel coming to you today with a spotlight on a travel destination. I feel fortunate I've actually been to this place, so I wanted to share it with you. And we're going to talk about the island of Moorea. It's also called the Magical Island, and it's actually known as the Yellow Lizard Island. And this was taken by the roadside. So let's get to it. So some of you are like, where is Maria? That should be an apostrophe right there. Sorry about that. So here, of course, is the coast of the United States. Here we have Australia and Japan. And right there in the South Pacific Ocean is the island of Maria. Specifically, Maria is part of French Polynesia and all of her beautiful islands. So just a little geography lesson. A lot of people, when I say I've been to Maria, they go, where? And then I say Tahiti. So Tahiti is actually not a country. The country is French Polynesia, but Tahiti is the main island, and that's what most people know. And a lot of people have heard of Bora Bora as well. But Moorea is the sister island to the island of Tahiti. And as you can see, very, very close. So the next time someone says they've been to French Polynesia, then you know they've been to these group of islands, which is a country. It is also territory of France. So people who are from France are able to travel here without a passport, but we're not. So you must have a passport to go here. So how do you get here? The first thing you're going to do is you're probably going to need to get to the West Coast. Most of the time, it is Los Angeles. From there, the main airline you're going to want to take is Air Tahiti Nui, and it will actually take you to the island of Tahiti. Air Tahiti Nui, y'all, is just a fantastic airline to fly. And if you're interested in knowing more just about that airline, please reach out. But it's a beautiful airplane, and they do fly the Dreamliner 787. Once you land in Tahiti, you are going to take a 30-minute ferry ride over to Moorea. It's very quick, it's very easy, but you can fly. If you would prefer to fly, that is also an option as well. But most people take the ferry. So, where to stay? So, I'd be lying to you if I told you that anywhere in French Polynesia is cheap. It's not. It is definitely considered a luxury destination because of its costs. This is where we stayed was the Sofitel Kia Ora, which is definitely a European type of hotel. You're not going to meet as many Americans here. This was our bungalow, but as you can see, they do have the over-the-water bungalows at this resort. They have them at one or two others. Most people, when they come to Moorea, choose not to stay over the water unless this is the only island besides Tahiti they are visiting. Most people choose to save that over the water bungalow experience for Bora Bora or Taha, or some of the others. One of the things at Sofitel that was really neat, they do have the Tahitian oven where they do cook down here in the dirt, in the sand, the pig and the vegetables. And so you can do that while you are at this resort if you want to. A few other resorts, so Manava Beach Resort, the Hilton Moorea Lagoon, and the Hotel Hibiscus. There are other places to stay, but these are some of the top resorts and locations to stay on the island of Moorea. They do have smaller resorts. They do have less expensive locations, but most people, especially for that first trip to French Polynesia, they are going for the luxury part of the island. So there are lots of things to do on the island of Moorea. If you want to just relax, you can just relax, but there are plenty of adventure things to do. One of these is to take a boat ride outside, around the island, parts of the island. And when you do that, you can take private, you can take with a group, whatever you prefer. We chose to do private. And when you do that, it's great. They explain to you about the legends, the history, the culture of all of the island features. And these are just some of the scenic views that we saw from our boat tour. It's just a beautiful island, and I can't stress enough how friendly the people are in the island of Moorea and actually all of French Polynesia. Another view. This is beautiful. It's hard to see. Right here, you have a little hole in the mountain, and there is a story, a legend about all of this. For those of you who have seen Moana, this was the island that was used as inspiration for Moana. Now, the water is just spectacular, crystal clear as you can see, and you can swim with rays and sharks. These are just some of the rays. You can get off the boat in this water, and the water is in different heights, but I would say at least to your waist, if not a little bit higher. But the rays will come right up to you, and you can, put your hand out and let them glide along. Now, from our boat, you can see we saw dolphins in the water and they were jumping and doing all sorts of things. You can jet ski. Now, these jet skis did come up close to the dolphin. The dolphins actually do not like the jet skis. So, actually, once the jet skis got there, the dolphins started swimming away. So, just know that if you want to do jet skiing on the island of Moorea, it is absolutely an option. But make sure not to disturb all the beautiful sea life. Now, this was just one of the most fun experiences that we got to do. We had a picnic in the water, and you see, I say just wear a hat. If you could notice, I am all covered up in this. But we are actually on little chairs in the water. Our tuber, put the table out for us. We always bring our water bottles. If you've seen an earlier video of mine, you know that I'm very pro bringing that water bottle. But this was just one of the coolest experience to actually, sit in the water and have a nice little picnic with a Tahitian meal, or excuse me, a Mauryan meal. Another fun adventure that we did on this island was an ATV tour. And they take you to some of those hard to reach places. We actually drove through a pineapple field, which was super cool. Um, Notice my husband and I chose not to share ATVs because, well, we didn't want to, but you can actually put a second person on the back of this as well. And there are some areas in here where it's a little flat where you can do a little bit of racing if you would like to, which we totally did. You will actually, on the one we did, you notice we are going up high. We went up pretty steep on the island of Moorea for some of these fantastic views. It was really fun going up, a little nerve-wracking coming down. A lot of keep your hands, on the brakes. Another view from our ATV tour, and this is great. You can see this is where boats, big ships especially, could come in, is through these openings. This is going to be reefs lining the outer edge. You can see one of those over the water bungalow resorts. And again, more views. There is a cruise ship in port the day we were there, and just the views are fantastic. So if you enjoy doing four-wheeling, this was a wonderful, wonderful excursion to do. Another great view. You also go to a fruit juice factory, which was also fun. You can taste and buy the juices while you're there. Now, you want to see even more, you can rent a car or a so-called mini Jeep and explore Moorea on your own time. And we actually circled the entire island in one day. It's not that big. The great thing about this little vehicle is the company that we rented it from dropped it off at our resort. And when we were finished, they picked it up. So we did not have to go anywhere to pick it up. We just got it and went it. Now, this is just a two-seater and there's a little bit of space in the back, but this does not hold a lot other than yourself. So if you're thinking, "Hey, I'm going to do a lot of shopping," yeah, there's not a lot of space to hold any bags or anything, but it was really fun. It did rain. So as you can see, we had the rollaway top. We were able to pull over, pull out, but it was a fun experience. This was one of the views as we drove around the island, just gorgeous. If you've seen Moana, this statue is on Moorea. He was the inspiration for Maui. So if you really are a Moana fan, this is a great island to visit. The reason I put the chickens here, there are wild chickens all over the island of Moorea, and it doesn't matter. You're in your fancy resort, they're right there. You're on the side of the road, they're right there. You're at the beach, they're right there. These chickens are living the life, y'all. Another thing you can do is go to a traditional cultural show followed by dinner. And this is great. As you can notice, the men and the women, they come out and they do cultural dances. They actually tell a story throughout this as well. And following, you do have the big dinner where the pig has been dug up from the sand with all of the side dishes. They even do another demonstration on how to wear their wraps, the saris that they have on the island that you can buy as well. And one of the last things that we did in Moorea, which was really cool, is there is a turtle sanctuary there. And they show you how they are helping to save and preserve the sea turtles. And there's lots of turtles there. This one is wearing his little life vest because he has some issues swimming. And so this keeps him afloat. So there are many things to do, many things to see on the island of Moorea. You can stay, for a little or long. You can totally have that relaxation. There's great places and restaurants to eat around the island. Just a beautiful, beautiful experience. So highly recommend if you have the opportunity to go to French Polynesia, don't just stop at Tahiti. Don't just head straight for Bora Bora. Make sure you stop and spend a few days in Moorea. It is well worth your time. Anyway, this is Christy again from Hidden Compass Travel. I'm here for all your traveling needs. And as always, happy to